Hope I connected to your Wi-Fi.
Quentin, Brian, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much, not much. How was your day?
Pretty good. Just got off work.
Tight, tight. I'll give a little introduction for myself since this is my first time actually meeting you guys. My name is Tellano. I live in Athens, Georgia. Marsupial Media is like my company. I want to kind of push Athens music, stuff like that, write about music from everywhere. I'm going to start shooting some videos and stuff. You guys mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yes, hit us with that question. Before we start, you think you can turn that down a little bit? Because it's kind of hard to hear. Sorry, we got some
No, you're
minor
good. I just you guys up too. First,
it was a little.
Yeah, you're good. I just want to say also I'm a huge fan of y'all's music. You guys are actually the first people to ever email me ever for my blog. So that was like a huge deal. And then I was like, oh, it's my first one. Probably like this person's probably not going to be like any good. And then it was good. The Talk Shit EP is so good. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for sending it to me, by the way.
No problem, man. I try to reach out to as many creators as possible just to, it's just networking is key. So,
Yeah, of course. Especially in this day and age. Yeah. All right. So, do you guys mind if I ask just a few questions real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Tell me about your show at Pile of Teeth. What was it like? Tell me all about it.
Bro, that was the best performance we ever did. I personally feel that was the best performance we ever did.
Definitely. Like, I feel like that was a performance that I know I studied, because I studied a lot of important artists like KRS-One,
yeah,
and Kanye, and like everybody. And like before we do shows, I always like sit down and watch performance videos so that way I can like get my mind in the mindset of performing. So I definitely feel like we definitely brought more energy to that show.
Yeah, this nigga took his shirt off. Yeah. This nigga was I was like, oh shit. I gotta get my rapper body back first to take my shit off. Shit.
So what was it like? Was this your first headlining show? Or
yeah, this is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Do you guys have any shows coming up?
Oh, one possibly in the mix.
Yeah.
We got one possibly.
Cool. I might have to. It's a little bit of a ways drive, but I really like you guys. I might have to make that 13-hour drive, maybe.
Oh shit!
I've done it before. I did it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I did it for Summer Smash, and it wasn't too bad. It was worth it.
Okay.
It was worth it. Yeah. Another question for you guys. So like the transition between like making the song Okay and then making like the Talk Shit EP, it's like a huge jump, right? So like tell me, so I mean obviously the name Angry Blackmen came first and you guys made Okay, but then the shifts, like I think Talk Shit kind of more is like, it describes your name better in terms of like what you would expect, but like what was the transition like? Well, like what did it feel like?
It's because, you want to take it? I feel like we didn't really...
It was more of a natural thing that occurred over time. Like, we was just trying to, like, fill in the holes and, like, see, like, where do we sound. Like, we was just spending days in and out listening to beats and, like, just practicing and freestyling and stuff like that. And then over time, like, we eventually got to that Talk Shit milestone.
Yeah, it's because, like, with Okay, I feel like we didn't really know what our sound was at, because Okay was recorded back in like when we first ever started, so that was like a fun track we put together. But then we noticed like we need to find a sound, so we took like a year to really find our sound. We were dropping singles throughout the process of Talk Shit. We're like, this is the sound we need to live up to the angry sound. I feel like, because if you listen to Okay and then listen to Talk Shit, it's like, damn, this is a difference. And we thought about leaving Okay, but we should keep Okay, because just for people to see where we started,
Yeah. Well, as you guys know, I'm a newer fan, and I was reading like articles and like, so why'd you guys take down Smile? I never got to hear it.
Yeah. Well, Q can explain that one.
It was too lighthearted. It was too lighthearted.
Too lighthearted?
Yeah. But there's some people that downloaded Smile that still have it. So maybe if we like get super huge one day, somebody's gonna put it up on YouTube and be like, take that shit down.
Oh boy. Well, speaking of, so I read in the interview with Redwood, I think was the blog, that you guys plan on releasing a mixtape this year.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you guys able to give any details on like what it's gonna be like, or like the release date or anything like that?
What's the details you got?
Well, definitely it's going to be more experimental.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
The shouting won't stop. Like, we're just going to crank it up even more, on like way more than talk shit.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I'm finding like flaws in myself, like with my bars and stuff like that. Like, people like the talk shit bars that I brought, but like I like how he came, because I feel like I directed him on, like, in the studio. Like, he'd be like, how does that sound? I'd be like, no, you need to slow down and go harder. And I'll jump in the studio and start like trying to spit like Twister, and I'll be like, I gotta remember, I gotta perform this, so I gotta calm down and like start coming with a steady pace of my flows and stuff like that. So it's definitely like every project that we work on is going to be a learning experience and just students to the game. Never getting cocky or nothing like that.
He said it the best way. We just want to get more experimental with it. We want to get more, just live up to the name more. Like, I've been listening to, more abstract experimental artists and just taking notes. I'm a big Danny Brown fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just want to get more creative with it.
Are you guys big JPEG Mafia fans by any chance?
It is such a funny story with him. It's because like when we made Riot, I'd had no idea this man existed. And then people were saying, like, you guys sound like Injury Reserve or JPEG Mafia. So I looked into these guys, and I was like, damn, now it feels like we're ripping these people off. But I guess it's,
No, there's still enough difference, because Injury Reserve, like, they're not as angry with theirs. They're more, like, laid back. And they have more of, like, they're kind of like Brockhampton, kind of. Like, they're more, like, non-traditional hip-hop, whereas like JPEG is just more abrasive. He's more experimental with the actual instrumentation and the delivery.
I agree. Yeah, I'm glad he exists, because I feel like that style of rap wouldn't have been as popular without JPEG, Death Grips, that whole Danny Brown, that whole like world. So it's cool to see, and plus he does like politics with it too. So it's cool to see like people like that mesh it.
Yeah. When you guys posted the picture of Brian, and you said MC Ryan or something like that, I thought that before you guys even like made that caption. I saw that photo on something, and I was like, is this MC Ryan? Is this Death Grips?
Somebody was like, that's thick MC Ryan. I was like, damn, honestly, y'all niggas is ruthless.
He been calling me that before, like, he even put that out on the internet. He's like, bro, you look like MC Ryan. And I'm just like, kind of do, and I kind of like what he stands for. And I saw like one exclusive interview with him, and I'm just like, I'm an MC Rap fan. I like what he does. And like, before we did that Apat Latif performance, I watched a whole bunch of Death Grip performances.
Yeah.
And just saw how he get in action, and I do the same thing.
Yeah, I've seen footage from their shows, and it looks crazy. They're on my bucket list for sure.
Really?
Sure.
But I heard they like send their fans off. They like book shows and don't even come to that shit.
Really?
Yeah, I heard there were some stories like that.
That's wild.
Huh. All the videos I saw it was like jam packed. At least
okay.
I don't know. I've only seen probably like 2-3 videos, and it'd be like a whole concert. So I would just like skip through to look, like hear different songs. But I don't know. I'd see them for sure. They were at Afropunk in Atlanta last year, and I missed them. So that's a shame, but
that's tight.
We'll see. Yeah, I'll keep rolling with questions. So tell me about Rick Wilson.
Oh shit, you know about Rick?
Yeah, man.
Oh man, he's an old friend. He mixed a lot of our older music. He mixed Riot, OK.
I was just talking with him today, actually.
He's a close friend of us. He really kind of helped us start off.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like I was like doing my research, and I was listening to Rick Wilson, and I was like, this doesn't sound like someone who'd be associated with Angry Black Men. But then but then like I started digging more because I really was only familiar with the Talk Shit EP just because that's like what was new. And then I was like, oh, I didn't realize you guys had that one extra single, and I listened to it and I was like, I see where the Rick Wilson kind of plays in.
Ah, yeah, he mixed that.
Yeah.
I hear it then, yeah.
He's a good friend though. I like Rick. I really do. He works. He's like one of the hardest workers. That dude works fucking hard, bro.
And
Yeah.
what's crazy is like he's an artist himself, and like you would think, okay, we're coming and we're recording and stuff like that, and he's gonna like just, oh, it's whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, record what you record. Like, nah, it'll be times I'll be recording and he'll stop, be like, nah, bro, do that again, like say it like this and like stretch your word to this, and I'll be like, you can? Okay. So yeah, he's that type. So.
Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy. He seems like he advocates for a lot of good things.
Yeah, he does.
He
I drew
seems
the symbol on his wall. I drew the face on his wall.
Yeah, he can't
Really?
no
Yeah.
409 and no shower can erase that. That's
Fat ass blackface in his room.
permanent ink.
Yeah, I'll keep rolling with some questions. I just have like a few more. I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. Okay, so I see that you guys are like big Odd Future fans of all like the different members. Can you guys each rank Tyler the Creator's discography from best to worst for you guys?
Discography?
Yeah, just like his personal stuff, not nothing Odd Future, but like Bastard all the way through Igor. Like
I don't really want to like. It's hard for me to do every single one like individually, but if I have to say, it's Wolf right here. Like Wolf is up there, like up here, and Flower Boy. No, and like Goblin being down here.
okay.
So everything in between for me is Wolf, everything down here, and then Goblin down there. Goblin is not the weakest in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better or worse than Cherry Bomb?
I think it's worse than Cherry
With
Bomb.
Goblin?
Worse?
No, I think it's better, just a little better.
Goblin is definitely
I
better
don't
than
know, because I like Cherry Bomb. I like Cherry Bomb. I don't care. I think that was like his bridge album. That was his bridge album between Wolf and Flower Boy.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
That's Cherry Bomb.
Yeah. So I will close out with one more question, unless you guys have anything for me, just because I said 15 minutes at 16. So I'll just.
Okay, man, take your time. Take your time, bro.
All right. I might toss in a few, but you could collab with any Chicago artists. Who would it be? On a track, not production, but like on a track. Like you want to be on the same song as.
This nigga gonna say Chance the Rapper. His whack ass gonna say Chance the Rapper. Whack ass.
I was gonna say Superboy. I want to collab with Superboy. I
want to do one with. I've been really fucking with Saba.
Yeah.
I like Saba. If I meet Saba, we actually met him at a show. Well, we didn't meet him. He was at one of our shows because we were opening up for one of his members. He was standing right in front of us, and I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to be a thirsty nigga. So I was like,
I don't think he wanted anybody to say anything because one, he came in there with a hood. Two, nobody knew he was in there but me because I was, oh, that's Saba. He kept straight, and then three, he cut his dreads, so it was really hard to tell them apart. So
I met Killer Mike one time, and I like. He was like trying to make it obvious that he like didn't want to be seen because he was like I was like walking by and he was just sitting in his car in Athens. He rolled down the window and I was like, that's Killer Mike for sure. But then when he rolled down the window, it was like like so much blunt smoke just like rolling out his windows of this like big ass black SUV. I don't know, it was pretty cool, but like it was pretty obvious that he was like trying to hide.
yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. I like Run the Jewels though. I'm a big fan of their work. A lot of people compare us to them, and I see that more than the JPEG and the injury shit.
You think so?
I do, because it's like they're a duo. They rap about, things that's going on with society plus personal things and, like, the beats, I kind of feel like. So I could see that. But when people say, like, JPEG or injury or what else people try to compare us to, there's normally those two. Yeah. But there's sometimes thrown in. I don't really see it. I think it's because, like, there's not many people doing what they're doing right now. And if somebody... Because even when JPEG came out, everybody was, oh, there's death grips, to the point where he don't even like that shit.
Yeah, he don't.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is you can only be so different, right? It's like when Juice WRLD came out, everyone, like, I was like, okay, well, Trippie Redd, it already exists. Lil Uzi already exists. But now that, like, they've kind of stretched out, I prefer Juice WRLD to them too. Like, they're really similar, but they're different. They're different enough to where I appreciate all of those artists, you know?
Yeah, Juice WRLD grew up like 15 minutes away from us?
Yeah.
That's crazy. One of my friends in Athens went to like elementary school with Jared.
That's tight.
She was like, yeah, that was him. Yeah, I guess that's really all I have. I can probably mix them up. But do you guys have any questions for me? Anything you want to know?
Man, honestly, I don't have any questions, but I really just want to thank you for this opportunity. Because, like,
Yeah, man.
I feel like we need to put more media out. So I really want to put this interview, like, on our YouTube possibly.
Yeah.
But just more media in general. And, like, it's really cool that you did your research, and it was good. That was good, man. Because I was like, I'm going to give you time to do your research before we do it.
I did it. Like, I'm a big, you guys know Nardwar?
Love Narwhal.
Yeah.
Hey, he's the fucking feds. That dude is the feds.
Yeah, man. There was this band I interviewed. They're called Naked Giants, and I've like somehow found like their Facebooks, and I like found some stuff, and I was like, hey, tell me about this song you wrote in like middle school, and they were like, how did you know that?
Oh,
So
yeah, you're on the Nardwar shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I appreciate it. I like to take little elements from everything I see to kind of make like my own interview. But thank you for taking 20 minutes of your time to talk to me. I've been looking forward to this all day. I support you guys fully. If I ever catch myself up there for anything, I might swing by, say hey, or like if you have a show, I might come up. We'll see. But
bro, open arms.
All love, man. Like I said, it's all love, man. We just gotta keep going.
Yeah, hopefully man, keep going. You're doing great. If you keep putting in the work that you're putting in, you're gonna go far for sure.
Thank you, bro.
Tight, man. I'll see y'all later.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man. And we're out.